So this is my review of the new Undisputed boxing game. Now I want to start off by saying thank God we have got a new boxing game. It has been years since the last EA Fight Night Championship. We've got a new one, Undisputed. It's finally out. Now Undisputed had been in beta form on Steam on the PC for about a year and a half, and I did get that when it came out, and I will hold my hands up. The beta, in my opinion, was terrible. I didn't enjoy it at all. I didn't like anything about it really, other than the fact they had big name boxers in the game. That was really all I liked about it. Other than that, I didn't like the gameplay. Yeah, I didn't like it. There wasn't many game modes to choose from really. Online was terrible on it. I just did not enjoy the beta version, and I was pretty skeptical of what the full release game was going to be. But nonetheless, I like boxing. I wanted to play the new boxing game, so I got the WBC Deluxe Edition so I could play it a few days early. And what a difference the full game is compared to the beta. The beta may as well have been a separate game. Completely forget that. If you played that before and you weren't happy with it and were unsure where to get the new game, just forget about that. Undisputed on console anyway is so much better. The full form, the full version is so much better. Now, is it a perfect game? No, but let's start off with some of the positives. The roster. Now, I like some of the they've got some mega names in this game. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, they've got Canelo Alvarez, Lomachenko. Honestly, the list goes on and on. Caleb Plant, Jaime Munguia. Honestly, they've Muhammad Ali. Literally, I'll be here all day. They've got 70 plus fighters on the roster, and that is amazing. We've never had a roster with that many big names on it. Now, what I will say is could the roster be better? Yes, and I have seen online that apparently Undisputed are gonna be uploading six, or is it six new fighters or new fighters every 6 weeks, which is great, but why not have these guys ready for release? Because you've already scanned them in and you've already got their movements down and stuff like that, so why not just add them in? Now my worry is that these fighters that are going to be added in every 6 weeks, if that is true, they're going to be treated like alter egos in UFC where you're going to have to pay for them. And for a game that costs like £60+, I just don't really agree with having to, in 6 weeks time, if I want the new fighters, which I think they said it might be like the likes of Mike Tyson might be being added in 6 weeks because that's close to the time he takes on Jake Paul. I think that's a bit shitty, to be honest, because I don't like the alter egos thing in UFC, the fact you have to pay for them. Just add them in the game. The game's already expensive enough. Why are you doing this? Just add them in. I just don't get it, but again, every gaming company now it's all about money to those guys, so that's how they're going to operate it. Although right now the roster, I like it. Graphics, I think the graphics are amazing. I'm playing on the PS5. I think the graphics are great on there. The movement is great in this game. I'm really enjoying it, although it is hard to get used to, definitely. However, I like it. I think that it moves fluid. I'm not getting any bugs, or I'm not getting any like weird things happening that were happening in the beta, like getting stuck when you're in close. None of that shit. The movement is great, but it is difficult to get used to. Punch selection. The punch selection in this game is great, in my opinion. I also like the animations as well. I like the punch animations. I think they look great. A lot of people were complaining about it. In the beta, it didn't look great, but on full release, I think it is great, in my opinion. I think the movement, the punch selection, the amount of fighters they have. I also think career mode, I will get into this, career mode does have some unique aspects to it that we have never seen in a combat sports game. You have to pick your own trainer, you have to pick your own cut man, your own manager, you have to negotiate your own fights. All that is great, although my issue is you can win the belts and become undisputed, but then you can't move up and take on other weight classes, which I don't like. You could do that in Fight Night Championship, like 11 years ago. Why is that not in this game? And that's a massive part in terms of boxing as well. Like, for example, Alexander Usyk became undisputed at cruiserweight, went straight up to heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these fighters, in a way, a guy who's been jumping up weight classes, Devin Haney, the list goes on and on. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, 8 Division World Champion, Canelo Alvarez, all these elite fighters do it. I don't know why that's not in the game. I really hope that does come to the game, because if not, once you play career mode once, then you'll probably never play it again, because there's no replay value in it. There's no real fun in working your way up different weight classes. Like, once you hit the top of your weight class, that's it. That then, sorry, my PC cut out there. Back to the review. Yeah, that part of the career mode I just don't like. I don't like the aspect of when you become undisputed you can't move up. And to be honest, that's really my main issue with the game so far. I don't like that. Other than that, I think the game's great. Graphics are good, roster's good, it's going to get better. Hopefully we don't have to pay a fortune to get the fighters, or ideally you don't pay anything, they just get added in, but realistically that won't be the case. Online's fun. Finally, we've got a good boxing game. Now, a lot of people have been comparing this to UFC 5. Undisputed is better than UFC 5. UFC 5 is the exact same as UFC 4. It's boring as hell. At least Undisputed something different at the minute anyway. It might get repetitive too. It probably will, but right now I am really enjoying the game. There are a lot of things that they can work on, obviously. Mainly the roster. Get more fighters on the roster. But again, Undisputed, the team behind it, had spoke about it, and they said some fighters are just pricing themselves out. So what can you really do in that scenario? I mean, I think someone said Floyd Mayweather wanted 10 million to be in the game. Why? Devin Haney wanted to be the cover star when he was told no, refused to be in the game. Why? Why would you not want to be in this game? I genuinely don't get why boxers would turn this opportunity down, because it can only benefit you, in my opinion. Floyd Mayweather, he's known worldwide. He's a mega star. Like, when you think of boxing, a lot of people do just think of Floyd Mayweather. But for the likes of Devin Haney, yes, he is a big enough name, but you're not worldwide. And a lot of casual people who just play games, or a lot of people who just like fighting games, will pick up this game. They might play Devin Haney in the game and go, I actually like his character, I like the way he moves, I like his fight style. They'll know the name Devin Haney, and when his next fight's announced, they might then pay attention to him, which will then benefit in pay-per-view sales, etc. Devin Haney's just an example. There'll be plenty of other fighters that have turned it down for whatever reason. I don't know why. But Undisputed, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. There definitely is room to improve with career mode, etc. and the fighter roster. But overall, I enjoyed the game. Let me know what you think about the game in the comments below. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you again in the next one.